Hey, what's up? I know it's dark out here and the camera looks like shit, but been thinking about something today. You know, I did 2 readings yesterday. One of them got me really pissed off, and the other one, like, I don't know. They just got me thinking. It's like I know I was picking up on somebody, and on one hand, it feels, I don't know what the word is, satisfying to know that my connection with my guides is getting sharper. But on the flip side of that, this is somebody's life that I'm talking about. And I've really been thinking about that a lot today. You know, I don't think enough tarot readers really connect with that. I think there's kind of this high to be receiving messages and know you're on point, and get confirmation from the cards, and you know, get emotionally charged up, and but I think there's a disconnect. There's a disconnect, obviously, because we're behind a screen, and we can't see who's watching, and we don't know who we're picking up on. We just take the messages and spit them out and leave them there. And I don't I don't know why it makes me emotional. But it's like this is people's lives we're talking about. And I think it's a really big responsibility that's not taken seriously. I think a lot of people, myself included, I'm not going to single myself out and say that I'm different or better than anybody. I think that feeling that you know you're picking up on somebody, you know, that knowing that you're on point, and all of that is like there's this that the emotional charge. But it's I just don't think, I don't think it should be done unless we're helping people. And there's so many situations, where no matter how you slice or dice the message, somebody's getting hurt or somebody's been hurt. And yeah, it's got, it's got a good click factor, that drama, that quote unquote tea. But I, I just think as a reader, a person really needs to ask themselves, why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? Who did you help? Who am I helping? I don't get a whole hell of a lot of views, you know. I hope I'm helping someone, but that's part of the reason why I don't just pump them out like that, because I take this shit seriously, and I don't think this shit is a game. I don't think it's a game at all. I think there's people out there that really need help, and there's so many readers. There's so many readers, and I feel like a person looking for help can really get lost in that sea, and confused. And I think that readers really need to take more accountability for what they say. I think I believe that there are readers out there who are helping, and like I said, I hope I help somebody, but at the end of the day, I can't say this enough, it's people's lives that we're talking about. This is their life. This is their pain. This is their struggle. And I don't know. I don't, I'm not going to say that I don't want to help people. That's the only reason I do it, is because I want to help people. I want to reach people. I want to help them. I know that I get the messages that I get for a reason. I know that they've always been there ever since I was a kid. And that desire to help people has always been there since I was a kid, but there's people out there that are really in pain, and some readers are really just wishing the downfall of others. It's really it's really ironic because they talk about all these quote unquote horrible people that do these horrible things, right? And then they say you're gonna get what's coming to you. And it's like, you know, on one hand you're talking about these people and cursing them and judging them and hating on them for wishing ill on others, and then you turn around and wish ill on them because you claim to be on the right side, you know. But when you turn around, it doesn't make it okay to wish ill on somebody just because they fucked up, you know. It doesn't make it okay. And in a sense it's the same thing. In a sense it makes a person just as bad as the other guy when they turn around and say, I wish X, Y, and Z on you because of what you've done. Judgment is not up to us. And I think as readers, as readers, our only responsibility is to get the message out there and to remain as neutral as possible, which I know is not easy because we're human and we have our own triggers and we have our own issues. So when we touch on things that hit close to home, it's hard not to get emotionally charged. It's hard not to hate on somebody for what they've done and what they're doing. And I don't think enough people out there that are readers are recognizing that. I think I think that people have their motives twisted. I really do. Now I'm not going to sit here and say I'm never going to do another reading because I enjoy it and I hope I'm helping people. I hope that I can help somebody out of the dark. Somebody who's suffering. I hope I can give them a message. But I don't want to lose sight of the fact that this is people's lives. I don't want to take it lightly. I don't want to take it flippantly. I don't I don't want to hurt anybody. And it doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter what that person has done. I think people lose sight of the fact that the ones who are in the dark, the ones who are in trouble, the ones who are hurting others, are the ones that need the light the most. And I think as people who have found their way through that, people who have changed and learned and grown from those kinds of behaviors, not to say that they don't need the light, but they carry it. Their job is to carry it, to show other people. And I think that we have an entire community who's lost sight of that. Even the good readers, quote unquote. We're supposed to be helping people. It's not our place to judge and bash them for their behavior. It's not. And the shit, you know, it turns into a soap opera. And I don't think it's supposed to be like that. I don't think it's supposed to be like that. And I feel like I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know. I'm not really sure what it is about those readings I did yesterday that's got me feeling this way. It's like it felt good to call somebody out on their bullshit, you know? It felt good to be like, I see you. I see what you're doing. I see what's going on. I see this shit. Like, who the fuck do you think you're fooling? Yeah, that felt good, but is it really my job to sit here and scare people? Is it really my job to choose a side in a reading and be like, oh, this energy I side with, that energy, fuck that energy? That's not my job. That's not. I feel like I'm only going to speak for myself because everybody's going to do what the fuck it is they're going to do on their own. But I feel like I really need to work on being more non-biased. And I see how my own wounding pushes me to lean towards the side of a reading when, it could be the person watching me could be the one that fucked up. The person watching me could be the one that's lying and manipulating and just needs help. I assume that the person on the right side of karma is the one watching me. That's wrong of me to do. That's wrong of me to do. I'm given the messages. I have no idea who's watching me. And I feel like I need to be more sensitive. I feel like the whole community needs to be more sensitive, but I can't control anybody but me. And I try, but obviously I got my shit. And when I see somebody, being bullied, when I see somebody being taken advantage of, I get defensive. I get real mama bear on a motherfucker. And it's not my life. It's not my business. And it's not my job to call judgment on people. I'm just here to deliver the messages. So I just want to say I'm sorry to anybody that I've called judgment on and hurt. And I'm sorry if you needed help and I bashed you. In any of my readings. Like I said, it's real easy to sit on this side of the screen and be detached from the fact that there are humans on the other side watching me. I'm sitting here by myself, just me and my guides. And I'm sitting here thinking, assuming that I know who I'm talking to, and I don't. I don't. It's just my job to deliver the messages, and I'm gonna work on it. I'm gonna work on it. I get upset with other tarot readers. I get upset because I've been in that sea of, there's just so many readings out there, and it's like 1 minute they're telling you that somebody loves you and wants you back, and the next minute they're telling you this person is no good for you, and then it's just a lot of back and forth conflicting energies, and I know that there are people out there that don't have the same core strength that I do, that are probably getting pummeled by this community right now. I can't change the whole community. I can't change how anybody else does their readings, but the only thing I can do is I don't know, lead by example, I guess. I just read energy, man. I just read energy. I don't claim to know everything. I don't even claim to know the energies of the zodiacs. I don't claim any of that. I just read energy. And tarot's the easiest way for me to do it right now. I don't I don't go by the fucking quote unquote twin flame story. I don't buy that. Is my personal belief that we are our own twin flame. That we have to come into union with ourselves. It is my personal belief that the soul that is split in two is ours. And our so-called match is somebody else that has also come into union with their self. And that's the real abbreviated version of how I see the whole twin flame thing. I don't agree with all the shit that's out there. I really don't. I genuinely believe we are our own twin flame that needs to come into union with ourselves. And that if we still feel that longing and that yearning for somebody outside of ourselves, it's the other half of our soul calling for recognition. And I say that because that's what I've experienced. For me, I used to feel like there's somebody out there. It's just, I could feel them. But when I took the time to heal myself, that calling, that yearning, that missing piece was filled. There is somebody that I feel connected to, but I haven't quite figured out why yet. Because I don't even have an explanation for it. I have no explanation for it, and I have no reason to even feel that way. But it's there, and it's like, no matter what I've done to cut it off, it just doesn't go away. But there's not this yearning, there's not this, I don't feel incomplete. I don't feel incomplete. I don't feel like I need somebody. I just can't shake this person, and I don't know why. So I don't know how I ended up talking about that. I really don't know why that came out, but maybe I'm wrong. But I just feel like the common story of twin flames is fucked. Our main priority should be ourselves and coming into union with ourselves. Nothing can happen until that happens. until you come into union with yourself, you will always find other people that are incomplete. And, people, it's real easy for people to be attracted to people and see the good in them and be like, oh, this makes sense why I attracted them. And then when they see the bad in them, they're like, oh, I'm cutting you off. You're evil. You're terrible. You're horrible. But it's like people fail to realize that we are reflections of each other, both our light and our shadow. We attract all aspects of ourselves. So if somebody is showing us their dark nature that we don't like, that means there's still something within us to heal. I'm not saying put up with toxicity. I'm not saying some people don't deserve to be blocked or cut off. I'm just saying it calls for self-reflection. It calls us to ask why. Why did I attract this? Not just sit there and say, oh, they're a fucking narcissist, they're this, they're that. That's not why they came into our life. They came into our life to show us what we still need to heal. But people don't want to see that they carry that within themselves. People forget that we have two parts of ourselves. The yin and the yang, the light and the shadow. Not only that, but we have yin and yang, light and shadow within both our masculine and our feminine sides. So it's almost like we have two light bodies and two shadow sides. It's double the healing, y'all. People forget that. People think because they're feminine, they're going to attract masculine. But you attract masculine and feminine in other people. Dude, it's a whole thing, man. It's a whole thing, and I wasn't intending on getting into all of that right now. I'm just feeling kind of emotional. Feeling the need to just vent it out a little bit for, my 5 viewers. If you're still with me, fucking awesome. 33 minutes of I don't even know what the fuck I was just talking about. 33 minutes of word vomit. I'm just saying this shit is so much deeper than people give it credit for. People want to talk about spirituality and, oh, I know this and I know all these fancy terms and I know that and I know this, and they like to throw words out like fucking Akashic records and star seeds and light workers and all this other shit. They like to spit out all these quote unquote common spirituality words, but who's really doing the work? That's what I want to know. Who's really taking the time to analyze their own personal toxic feminine and masculine traits? Who's really doing the work and digging into their own shadow and looking at why these things are happening in your life? Why you're attracting these type of people? Who's looking into why? Instead of looking into the meanings of fucking crystals and fucking aliens and fucking ancient civilizations and all this shit outside of yourself. Who's really looking into their soul? Who is really coming to realize, understand, learn, and accept themselves, their own character defects? You know, they say out there that fuck, I lost it. What we hate in others exists within ourselves. What we hate in others exists within ourselves because they are reflecting back to us things that we need to work on. How many people really take that into account? How many people really stop and think, this person is fucking repulsive? What are they teaching me? Why do they irritate me so much? What do I need to heal? How many people do that instead of looking at a person they find repulsive, judging and dismissing them? I don't know the ratio on that shit, but I bet it's pretty low. I bet it's pretty low. Everybody's so caught up in the external and their views and their click rates and their likes, their subscribers. And they get all cocky, thinking that their views and their click rates and their subscribers mean that they're valid. That's not to say that valid people don't have a lot of subscribers, but stay humble about that shit, man. People really got to stay humble about that shit. A lot of these readers out there spitting off at the mouth, real cocky, like real not paying attention to what it is the fuck that they're saying. Showing their own shadow side while calling out other people's shadow side and not taking the time, you know. Some of these readers put out so much content. How do you even have time to think about yourself? Look at yourself. You're picking up, some people are picking up on some really deep and dark shit. 5 minutes later, turn around, put out another reading, put out another reading, put out another reading. Like, when are you reflecting on what it is that you're saying? When are you reflecting on these messages? When are you taking into account that these are human beings you're talking about? Quick to call other people all kind of shit. And I'm not saying I haven't done it. I have. I know I have. Like I said, I got pissed off yesterday. Called this Queen of Wands a spawn of Satan. Who am I to judge? I'm just here to relay the messages, man. I don't know. That went off into a whole fucking thing that I wasn't expecting. I don't even know the point of what I was saying anymore. I guess I just needed to say that shit. Yeah, the moon is like half. It's really low in the sky and it's yellow and it's beautiful and I wish I could show it to you right now. It's just above the house behind me. I think as light workers, you know, I don't even, as I said that, I don't even like to use that term. Because there are people that can see the light and the dark. myself included. I can see the dark. I can see the light in people, and I can see their darkness. And I really think it's our job to accept people as a whole. Not just their light. Unconditional love is unconditional love. Unconditional, God doesn't say, I only love you if you're good. God loves us still when we fuck up. And it's so common for people to see the dark side of somebody and be like, oh my God, get away from me. But that's the side that needs more love. I don't know. Again, there's levels to this shit. And on one hand, do we love unconditionally? Yes. But first we have to love ourselves unconditionally. You can love somebody and still know that they're no good for you. You can love somebody and still know that, just love and light to people and pray for people. Pray that they see the light. Don't pray for their downfall. Pray for their demise. It doesn't make you any better than them when you're doing that. People talk about spell work. Words are spells. It's not okay to hate and pray for somebody's downfall just because they did bad shit. Pray for justice. Pray for their healing. I just think people need to stop thinking that they're better than other people. We're all in this shit together and we all fuck up. Some of us worse than others. But we all make our own beds. We all make our own choices. And we all got to deal with the consequences of those choices, whatever they may be. And it's not my job or anybody else's job to judge another person for what they've done. Karma takes care of that. It's not my job to seek revenge on anybody. Karma takes care of that. It's the law of attraction. It's spirituality 101. You get what you give. What you put out comes back to you. That's the universal law. That's undeniable. It's undeniable, proven shit. You can't see it, but it's there. And if you get some shit you don't feel like you deserve, then it's time for some self-reflection. Why am I in this? How could I have avoided this? What choice did I make that brought me here? There's no self-reflection, there's no growth. $44.55. Did a lot of fucking talking. So I don't really know what the point of all that was. If you're still here listening to me, shout out to you. You a real one. I appreciate you. I guess I just needed to let that out. It was bugging me. Something was telling me to turn the camera on and talk. So that's what I did. That's what I did. And I'm done. I'm done. I don't know what this means for me doing tarot readings. I'll probably still do them. But I feel like personally I need to be more conscious of my delivery. More empathetic. Like I said, we're all in this together. And the ones fucking up the most are the ones who need the most help. A lot of people don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. And if nobody else is going to do it, I'll do it. That's it. I'm out. You're beautiful. I love you.